Hello and welcome to this GIS report. I'm your host, Information Officer Feliza Fenty for the Department of Information and Public Relations. Today we're talking about keeping the BVI port secure and using your port ID card. Here with me today is Dave Smith of the BVI Ports Authority. And for the first question for our listeners and our viewers, could you remind us about the purpose of the port ID card?
Purpose in having your port ID card is serves several functions. First of all, it's a must to have an ID to enter the port, and this is all in keeping the BVI ports safe and secure. We have to follow different regimes as the ISPS code is upon us, and it's one of the criteria that you must have your ID card. It lets us know also how many people are on the port. If we have an emergency, we would know, we can get a positive count of people on the port.
Has the Ports Authority experienced any difficulty with users with their port ID card?
Not so far. It's been going smoothly. Maybe the people that don't have the port ID card, those are the ones that are going to have somewhat of trouble, or I should say, if you have your card, it moves smoother to get on the port. But no one has yet has a problem in getting a card.
What can you say to persons who may have reservations about using their ports ID card?
Well, if I draw a quick reference, if you and someone else come up to the port, that person has their ID card, you don't. That person, all they have to do is show their card, the number on the card is recorded, and they're good to go. You, on the other hand, you now have to show a valid ID card, a valid ID, I should say, your personal ID, and then it has to be checked into the system. We have to put all that information in the system. You have to stand there and wait for all this process to happen, and then we would turn over a badge, put a badge on you, and then there you go. But by the time you have gone through all of that, the person that had the port ID card is already, probably finished their business and ready to leave.
But suppose for some reason I don't have a driver's license, or I left it at home, or I lost my driver's license.
Yeah, we have heard that several times before, several times. If you don't have a valid ID, picture ID, then you wouldn't be allowed to enter the port. So you would simply have to go home or go to your office, and all of that takes time, doesn't it?
Indeed. The card is required by all frequent users. What does frequent mean?
We consider a frequent user anyone that uses the port, say, 6 and above times in a month. We around here in Tortola, and using the port here in Port Purcell, pretty much the people that it's the same set of people every day, day in, day out, that work for the different businesses around that brings cargo through the port on a weekly basis. Truck drivers, people that work for the different supermarkets, probably contractors. If we have a contractor that's working on the port, and say for instance they had a contract for a month, we would issue them a card because they would be coming to us every day. But as soon as the contract is finished, then we terminate the card.
How many persons thus far possess a port ID card?
So far we've been doing pretty good. I think they are better than I would say in the range of 200 people that already have the port ID card. And this initiative has been started some years ago, and then it was they got it going again last year in 2012. And since I'm working here, I've noticed that there's still a lot of frequent users that doesn't have a card. So hence the reason why we're trying to do this now, to get out to the public and let them know the necessities in having a card.
The deadline for Can you remind me of the deadline for getting your port ID card?
Yes. Right now, I think we've been in campaign for about 2.5, 3 months, and the deadline would be the 2nd of December this year.
How can one obtain a ports ID card?
Simple. Simple. The cards, and well, not the card, but the application is available online on the BVI Ports Authority's website. You can go there and get the application. With the application, there's all the necessary information that you would need, and that lets you know what to do in order to fill out the card. You can also come to the port. We have them at the front gate, so you don't even have to come on the port. We can offer you one at the entrance to the port. So, you know, just come by, see us, and let's see if we can help you out with getting the card.
How long is the card valid for?
The card is valid for a period of 3 years. And right now we're sort of running a special type of thing. The card, it's 3 years at the cost of $25. And we're saying to people, or we want to say to people now, that you get the card before the 2nd of December, and it's $25. But after that, we're going to be changing the price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Smith, any final words from members of the public on the BVI Ports Authority or getting your ports ID card?
Yes, I'd like to say that, you know, well, in years gone by, you know, people has, you know, come on the port and were able to get on the port a lot easier than now. Times have changed. There are different codes in place, international codes that we have to meet, licenses that we have to keep, and, you know, keep them valid. Okay. So in getting the port ID card, and in offering better security, and security ties into safety as well. We'd like everyone to help us to go through this whole campaign, and, you know, get the IDs, and so that, you know, we can always keep the BVI ports secure.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. Now, thank you for watching this GIS report. I'm your host, Information Officer Feliza Fenty. Remember, keep the BVI port secure. Get your ID card by December 2nd.